I wasn't building muscle for about a year, and it was only until I learned this business mindset from Alex Hormozi that my physique instantly changed. So give me your full attention, because I promise you, if you learn this mindset, you'll be able to see why your physique isn't improving, and you'll be able to fix it and make so much progress. My name is Alfie, and I'm going to teach you about the theory of constraints. I hated looking at a progress picture from 6 months ago, and then looking in the mirror, and then realizing I look the exact same. It was so annoying that I wasted so much time in the gym, and I literally just didn't look like I made any progress. And it would be embarrassing to go up to people, or like people go up to me and ask me, so how long have you been in the gym? And then you have to give like an answer which like is like, oh yeah, I've been going for like a year and a half, and it looks like I've been going for a month. It's just embarrassing, isn't it? It's just weird. And it was so annoying because like, bro, there was genuinely times where I did not fit a compression shirt. Imagine you've been going to the gym for about 2 years, way more, in fact more than 2 years, and you still don't fit compression shirts. That is so embarrassing. And so obviously I needed to change something, right? Because I was like, I can't live like this. I can't live not fitting size small compression shirts. Like, it would have been so horrible if that was the case. So there was one time when I was learning a business mindset from Alex Hormozi, which is the theory of constraints, and I thought, I can apply this to bodybuilding, and I did. And then immediately I actually like found the constraint, removed it, and immediately like I finally fit compression shirts, and like I actually felt secure in myself again. It is of vital importance that you find out what your constraint is, because if you don't find out what your constraint is, you will genuinely spend so much time in the gym, so much time on the internet looking at these trash fitness YouTubers who are telling you that this one secret exercise which will fix your problems. You will spend so much time just not actually making progress, even though you're putting in the work, and it's because you aren't working on your constraint. Like, once you understand this, you'll be able to make progress so much faster, and hopefully you won't be like me where you have to like give some vague answers when people say like, oh, so how long have you been training for, Alfie? And it's like, oh yeah, long enough, yeah. Still don't fit compression shirts. So the theory of constraints is the idea that there is one thing, like one bottleneck, that is holding us back. So say for example, in terms of the gym, let's say, it'll sound really obvious when I say it like this. Imagine we have great recovery, as in like we're getting plenty of sleep per night, we're taking a lot of rest days. Our diet's really clean, it's amazing, but we don't train. Are we going to build muscle? No. Let's say our training's great and our recovery's great, but our diet's awful. Are we going to maximize the amount of muscle we're going to gain? Probably not. Now let's say our training and our diet's good, but we don't sleep. Like, as in, we don't sleep at all. Are we going to build muscle? No, we're probably going to die, right? So we need, like, this is the idea that like there's one thing holding us back, and even if we go to the gym or like we work on the business, if we don't handle the constraint, we'll technically do the work, but we won't actually see any results, and we won't make any real progress. And so that's why we need to focus on the constraint, because once you focus on the constraint, that's immediately when you'll see like actual results. For example, I want to make money from this YouTube channel. Let's say, so like I'll just give you the inner workings of how this stuff works. I make videos, I give you value, I tell you our course in the description, you go and click on it and you buy. Simple as that, right? Let's say I make these videos, I even say link in the description, but when you click on the description, there's no link. Am I going to be able to make money? No, I'm not. Why? Because I can't, like, you can't give me money if you haven't got a link for you to click. Do you know what I mean? It sounds so stupid, but this is how, like you would be so surprised that, like, even yourself, when you look and think, I was paying attention to the wrong thing for so long. I should have been focusing on this thing. Now I'm going to walk you through every common constraint that I've found and the fixes for them. Now, if you want to go into full detail on all of these fixes, I've got an aesthetic body course. Link is in the description. It'll help you accelerate your aesthetic body journey so much faster. There's like mindsets in there, which, bro, and like there's just information in there, which I'm telling you, it's amazing, bro. So just go and click on it right now. Now, the first thing we're going to go over is training constraints, and the most common one by far when it comes to training is intensity. People, like, you literally just don't train hard enough. I don't train hard enough. Like, we literally just don't train hard enough, and that's the problem. If you don't train hard enough, if you don't train to your absolute limit, you will not build muscle. And so you need to go to that dark place where you're thinking about like the girl who rejected you, the guy who made fun of you, the guy who bullied you, the people who doubted you. You like I know, like, it sounds cringe. Oh, that guy made fun of me, I'm gonna think about him in the gym. Trust me, when you do that, you'll be able to push so much harder. And when you do, like, you'll realize it feels great. Now, obviously, don't like go to the bully's house after your gym session and like hurt him or anything. Don't do that. But like, you just use your angry thoughts, those dark thoughts, those negative emotions you have in the gym, and you'll be able to push so much harder. The mindset you want to have is kind of like, you want to push into the pain, lean into the pain, and like not enjoy the pain, because that's just kind of weird. But it's like I've never like thought of that for enjoy the pain, but it's like you want to strive to feel the pain. You know what I mean? Trust me, that's when you'll build muscle. And then also another constraint which kind of links with intensity is just progressive overload. You may not be doing it correctly. I certainly wasn't. And so what I'm currently doing is progressively overloading by weight. So you know what progressive overload is? It's like the gradual increase of weight, reps, sets over time. I am going to focus on reps and have a 10 to 15 rep range. Basically, I'll start on 10 reps for an exercise. Let's say bench press, maybe 40 kg at 10 reps for 3 sets. So 10, 10, 10. And the next time it'll be 10, 10, 11. And 10 to 12, 10. You get the idea. And then once I get 15 on the last set, then I'll go to the second set and go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then on the first set, I'll do 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I hope that makes sense. If you get confused, basically just think of it like try and get an extra rep each set. Once I can get 15 reps clean for each of my sets, that's when I'll increase the weight to 42.5 kg. I think that's right. Now, by the way, this is if you want to look good and build an aesthetic body. If you just want to get strength, ignore this, do a lower rep range. But I'm assuming you're here because you actually want to look fit and like attract girls, and so this is the rep range you want to use. God, we sound so nerdy. This is the rep range so you can get girls. Now, diet constraints. This is like pretty straightforward. You've heard it all before. For protein, it's like 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and make sure you're hitting your macros. And like one thing which I think most people actually get constrained on is their calories. And what I mean by that is they're tracking their food inaccurately, bro. Even I do this. Typically, it'll be that they're actually logging that they're eating more food than they actually are, and so in reality they're getting less calories than what's logged. So basically, just to solve this, you actually just want to weigh out your food for accuracy. And also, let's say you're not actually hitting your calories or your macros, healthy liquid calories like healthy protein shakes are going to be like your go-to. Like, don't be putting flipping ice lollies in your protein shake, bro. Don't do that. Don't be a loser, man. Like, putting healthy like fruits, oats, like, you know what I mean, like healthy like natural human food into your protein shake. Stop being a little kid, man. Little kids eat ice cream. You're a grown man, bro. Eat real food. Just one thing with the weigh-in, like, let's say your mum makes your food, my mum makes my food. Like, say she's made spaghetti bolognese, like spaghetti and mince or whatever. You try and like separate the mince and just put it there, and you might be like, oh, but what about the sauce and stuff? Just ignore that. Just put the main ingredient in there. So it'll be like spaghetti, you put that on the bowl and you weigh it out, and then afterwards you'll get the mince and then you'll put it out on that bowl and then weigh it out, and that's what you'll log. Now we're on to recovery constraints, and the main one is simply lack of sleep. You see, a lot of people think they're getting 8 hours when they're not in reality. What I want you to think of is hours in bed does not equal hours asleep. If you want to go to bed, like, let's say you want 8 hours sleep and you want to wake up at 6 a.m, what time should you go to bed? Everyone will say 10 p.m. Everyone is wrong, because when you get into bed at 10 p.m, you're not sat there, you're not immediately unconscious. You're sat there thinking about your crush, you're sat there thinking about like sex and stuff. It's like you're not asleep, you're awake. And so you need time in bed so that you can actually then fall asleep. And so what basically Brain Dead recommendation is, just give an extra hour to bed. So if you want to wake up at 6 and you want 8 hours of sleep, go to bed at 9. That's personally what I do. And what I would also say is, when you try and get to bed at 9, it's a 15-minute window. Like, think of it like a video game where you have a 15-minute window to like get this limited time event thing. Like, think of it like that. Basically, if your bedtime is now 9 p.m, because what we've established, you have from 8:45 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. to go to bed to like have like the best sleep. If you miss it, limited time events gone, mate. GG's. Now the second recovery constraint would be volume, and this is basically the amount of sets you do in the gym. If you are sore, like, let's say you train chest on Monday and next Monday you have to train chest again and your chest is still sore, you probably need to reduce the volume, because it's clear that your body can't recover from your work, like that previous workout. When your muscle is sore, it means your muscle hasn't recovered, and so you need to give it time to recover. If you are sore for the next time you train that same muscle, probably reduce the volume. If you aren't sore, you could probably increase the volume just until you find your own sweet spot. You're going to have to do a little bit of experimenting here. And now the third recovery constraint is your rest time between sets. So basically, Brain Dead recommendation, give yourself 3 to 5 minutes per set. 2 to 5 actually. 2 to 5 minutes per set. You see, you need to allow, like in the gym, if you're trying to build muscle or even get strength, after a set, your body is going to be slightly fatigued and it needs time to rest and regulate. Don't try and speed run your workout. Like, I used to like do supersets and stuff, but then I just caught like, wait, my body needs to recover. Right? Like, you did a hard set of bench press and now you're trying to superset with push-ups. Give your body time to relax. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to build muscle, it is perfectly acceptable to spend an hour and 30, 2 hours, hell, even 2 hours 30 in the gym, because your body needs time. I just want you to get into with recovery, just understand this simple thing. If you really want the Brain Dead thing to solve all your recovery issues, your body needs time to recover. Your body just needs time to recover. And then the final one, which I find really interesting, is just testosterone. Basically, like, testosterone helps build muscle. I'm pretty sure you know that. And so I'm just gonna quick fire, like, give you some tips with testosterone, which I found helped me. Is make sure your phone isn't in your pocket. Basically, like EMF radiation and all that, like big word stuff. It's basically just keep your phone out of your pocket and like your balls will be saved. Eat eggs and red meat. Those are really good for testosterone. Get sunlight, because vitamin D will help with testosterone. And basically, just as a Brain Dead thing, live like a caveman. Live like your caveman ancestors, like natural, healthy humans. They were out in the sun. They were eating red meat. They were flipping. They didn't have phones in their pockets. You know what I mean? Like, they were getting sunlight, all of that stuff. They were sleeping a good amount of time. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were being healthy humans. And the final constraint is simply consistency. like you can fix all of the previous constraints we've talked about, but if you fix them for a day and then you like don't fix them again, like let's say you have 8 hours sleep in one night and then for the rest of the week it's 6 hours, you're still gonna have a recovery constraint. Do you know what I mean? You need to be consistently doing all of these all the time if you want to maximize your muscle growth. You need to get these right every day and do it for the long term, and that is when you will like it's almost like you just have supercharged growth. And be okay with not actually getting all the constraints solved every single day, because obviously that's difficult and life gets in the way, but just try your best. And so what consistency requires is patience, and patience is simply what to do in the meantime. And so in the meantime, have fun with your workouts. Do you know what I mean? Like have fun, like enjoy them, like go with friends, like just have fun with your workouts, because if you're going to do this for the long term, you want it to be enjoyable. And so make sure you find ways to make it fun. My mission with this YouTube channel is to give young men real aesthetic bodybuilding education, because most YouTubers are too afraid to tell you. Most YouTubers in the fitness industry, they're just way too afraid to say like, oh yeah, I actually go to the gym to get girls, and so they don't like you can tell they don't put that in their videos and stuff. Do you know what I mean? They don't really allude to that. Or they make these cringy jokes where it's like, muscle won't get you girls. It's like, oh, I'm not even going to get into it, but just like, it does. It does. I just want you to vision what life would be like when you get this physique, because this will help you with your patience and consistency. Just imagine what life is going to be like, bro. You're more attractive. You're more confident. Guys are respecting you. People are asking you for advice, and you feel sick, bro. Like you look in the mirror and you flex, and it's like life is great. You've got the physique you want. You literally look in the mirror and you look like that guy who you used to watch on YouTube, and that's gonna be sick for you, man. If you really want to achieve that vision, hit subscribe right now. Safe.